Welcome to day 79 of playing chess every day until I reach 1500 Elo. Currently we're at 1223 after a loss yesterday. And also, thank you for 200 subs. We just hit 200 yesterday, I think. So yeah, that's a pretty big milestone. And let's go ahead and just jump into a 15-minute rapid game here. Here we're up against an 1122. I think I have a doubled tab. Okay, let me fix my audio. There we go. And we got white, so we're going to go with the London as usual. I think when they play the bishop out to here, I think it's better to play c4. Let me do the knight first, though. I wanted to see if he would play his knight here. I think we can just play c4 either way. The only thing that I don't really know is if he plays c5 after I play c4. It's really confusing if they do that. So I was hoping he would like block this in first. Okay, let's just try it anyway. And if he plays c5, we'll have to try to figure it out. Okay, let's just bring the knight here to block the check. Take the trade. And now we have the light square bishop closed off, so we have potentially trying to use queen b3 to attack. We have the check here on a4 as well, but I think just develop the knight or block with the pawn there. I do have knight e5 as well. Okay, he just takes. That makes it pretty simple. We take back and we get a very active bishop here. Okay. What do we want to... I don't really like his knight being here. What do we want to do about it? Check. Check. Knight comes out. Knight e5. This knight is attacking my pawn on c3. I might just play this right away to cover the pawn and attack his pawn. But then I'll want to have a plan for kicking his knight out. Go here. Then he might have discovered attack ideas on my bishop. I mean, I guess not really because it's covered by the queen, but... Okay, let's just go here first. Create our own attack. This is guarded. This square is covered by the king. So if I do go knight e5 now that he moved his knight, he can push his pawn here. But if he pushes the pawn, actually I have a double attack on this pawn. So I don't think he can do that for now. Probably should just get castled in a second. Only thing is if I do castle... Okay, this is covered by the knight for now. So if I castle that... If that weren't covered, it could fork the king and the queen and the rook, I think. So we're attacking his pawn. He pushes the pawn. Now, check here. He can block with the knight. He can't block here because it's not covered. Check here, block with the knight. Knight e5. Kind of prevents him from castling, because if he castles, he only has one defender on the knight. I could also just play here right away to prevent him from castling. Then he could push this pawn. No, because I have two. No, because he has the knight to defend it, so he could push that pawn, I guess. Also give the check with the queen instead. Queen, knight blocks here. Yeah, that's a little more intimidating, I think. To have the queen there instead of the bishop. Actually, no, but if the bishop moves, if I go with the bishop, I maybe can try to attack his rook. I'll have to move the rook, and then maybe there's a way I could win this pawn. Maybe let's give check here, here, here. Here he doesn't have that. Oh, he could play this, actually, to block. I'm just gonna try this check here. Actually, I just have to be careful about a fork later on, though. I'm not sure which one's best. I feel like I have some decent options. Maybe I'll just do this. No, because we realized that I think you can't do that. Here, here. Okay, I'm just gonna try this. Because the pawn, the c6 pawn doesn't come with tempo after the check. Because at first I was thinking he had to block with the knight. I mean, he could block with the queen. And then try to get a queen trade. But if he does that, he can't castle. I mean, I don't know if it matters as much anymore if we're going into more of an endgame. He does push the pawn. Now I can go here, double attack the pawn. I think I'll do... Actually, I could also just take the knight, and when he takes, I can take. Because the knight's defending the pawn, and then we take with check. But I think that seems like a good option. Otherwise, I go here. But he has ways to defend this pawn. Wait, but if he goes queen there, I can go bishop here. No, because then he just takes like that. So let's just take the knight. Take, he takes back with the queen or the rook. And then we can take here. Then I might want to get castled here in a second. Oh wait, I realized I forgot about this fork actually. So that maybe I blundered there. Because I pointed this out, but then after he played this I forgot about it. But I guess take, take, check. And then we're covering our bishop again, if he does that right away. No, but the bishop's double attack, so we're not. No, but we have tempo. We have a check when we take back. Okay, so he does go for that. So I think we take with check. I think we can save our bishop. But yeah, I totally forgot about this, so it could have probably been really bad. I think it's okay, though. Is there any other thing to go for here? I don't think so. Let's just take... He takes, I take with check. And then I think he probably will block with the queen. Otherwise he just has to move to a bad square here. If he blocks with the queen, we take, he takes, and then we free our bishop here. Okay, he just castles right away. Think about that. If I go here, he takes here. there any way to free both of my bishops? Because they're both under attack. I could take this, but I don't really like taking here and then being pinned to the queen. I think I'll end up losing the bishop if I do that. And if I do that, he'll take here anyway, and then I could risk losing both of them. Can't go here. This doesn't work. Go back here. I think I should just take the pawn, and then if he takes, I'm not sure if it makes a difference. I think take this pawn. We still get a pawn in the end. I don't see a good threat I could create with this bishop. And taking here doesn't work. Because, yeah, if he doubles up on this, once it's pinned, I don't have any way to defend it. And this is under attack. So yeah, let's just take here. I think this makes the most sense. And he needs to take with the rook, because otherwise I'll take it. The option to trade here, but I don't have any reason to do that. I don't think. Because the knight isn't threatening anything right now. This is covered. Oh wait, no, it is threatening the pawn. Actually, I forgot about that. Because the pawn's not covered anymore. I was covering it with the queen earlier. Okay, so this is not a threat. There's no check here. I think I should just take the knight. The only thing is the bishop will be on a good square, but then I'll just castle next move. If he does want to go here, it does mess up my pawn structure. So the other option is I'll just come back and just defend this pawn and make sure he doesn't have anything here. He can go here to double attack it. I guess I would use the rook. Oh no, here I'm also threatening to win the knight with the queen because I have two attackers on it. So let's go back. I think this works pretty well. I just have to be careful about discovered check, which I don't think there's anything like that. So if I go here, if the knight moves, I'll just probably go here or something. If he takes here, then I just take it. Otherwise, take, castle. Take. And then it's just questionable for the pawn structure. I guess I could use... No, I can't use the open file because the king is right here. I could have to shift the king over, put the rook on the open file, and then maybe try to bring the queen over to create an attack. But I think I'll just go for this instead, to double attack here. I think that works. Because it would be good to just get his knight off of the square, and I think we can do that here. And then just move over again to get out of the way of the bishop. Where would the knight go? Can't go here. I know he can't go here because he goes there. Oh, he does have that double attack actually. I missed that. I was looking for a check and I didn't realize he could go right in front of the pawns here and attack the rook. So that was not good. Go here. Then he's double attacking the bishop. So actually I definitely messed up with that one. Now we're going to be... I'm up +2, but after this, I think we're going to be even material. I have to be able to take the knight back, though. But I think I'll be able to take it back. But I won't be able to castle. Okay, castle this way. That seems very dangerous. Dang. Okay, I should have looked more closely at the squares for this. This doesn't work. Yeah, no, I think I just have to move the queen. Here. Or to here, attack his pawn. But not sure how useful that is. Because if I go here, he can push it after anyway. Take. And then I want to be able to attack his knight quickly after, so he doesn't have a chance for it to escape. Okay, I think I'm just going to go here. Okay, and then probably just come up with the king. And then the knight I can take on the next move. Doesn't have this. But it could be dangerous. I have to watch out for it. Up with the king or a castle, but yeah, that seems really crazy with this being open, so I think we'll just go up. I think if I had thoroughly checked the squares, it would have been okay to play this. I knew it was a little bit risky to put the queen here on the diagonal with the bishop, but I didn't thoroughly check all the squares and realize that he had that one. Okay, I mean, we can trade that. I'm still going to be able to get the knight back. Either way, I believe. Pretty sure I can. But yeah, I mean, I have to trade this. I don't think it's possible to win the bishop. I can't trap his bishop, can I? Here, these are covered. If I push this, but no, but that's not covered. If I go here, he takes, I take. And the knight, I don't think is going anywhere. I could also just go here first. Then the bishop needs to leave. Or actually, he could go here and try to trade. So maybe that doesn't work. But I can't cover this pawn, though. I don't really want to lose the pawn, but I might have to. There and then here. So let's just do that. Give up the pawn. I would like to somehow trap his bishop, but I don't think that's possible. I think that was a pretty big blunder for sure. That was the only big issue. I did miss that fork earlier with the pawn, but it was fine. I was able to get out of that without an issue, and I was still up +2 material. So that was not a big deal, although it was like dangerous because I wasn't very aware of it. I forgot about it. But this was a much more significant thing to miss, putting the queen here and missing that he could actually go to this square and attack the rook. Okay, he takes that pawn. I could take here. And then does he have anywhere else to go with the knight? He could escape that way. But I think I prefer that because this bishop can be pretty strong in this diagonal, and also this pawn helps prevent his pawn from just having a free path to promotion. So as long as there's not an attack afterwards with his knight, you can go here and attack this pawn. But I just push it, go here. No, he can't go there because I have it guarded. Okay, so let's take the bishop. I hope I'm not missing more knight squares. I am kind of bad with knights. I think he needs to go here. Doesn't have any of these squares. Doesn't have that square. So yeah, he needs to go here. And he has more squares to fall back to. But I think I'll just kick him out anyway. And we need to protect... No, the pawn is protected by my knight. But yeah, let's kick him out and send him back to one of these two squares. That seems a little bit more appealing. And then this knight is free to move as well. Because it's not going to be tied to this pawn. These two squares. Then I would like to set up an attack over here. Because my king is super exposed. Can also just try to attack his pawn, but he has plenty of ways to defend that, I think. Actually, does he? Because if I go here, and he goes here to defend, then I can take twice. But if he goes here to defend, I guess he's fine. So I should try to maybe trade the queens, though, and go for an in-game, because my king is in the center, so that's better for an in-game, but worse when the queens are on the board. So trading queens could be good. This, he takes here, I take here. We're not really threatening anything there. I think I'll drop back and try to go over this way. If I go here, he pins the bishop. That's not going to be very appealing. Okay, let's go back. I think I want the bishop on... The bishop's just an easy target. I think I'd rather get it on this diagonal where it's protected and it can do some damage. Let's go here. But most of his pieces are all on dark squares, so the bishop can't really do anything because it's a light square bishop. At the moment, it feels like it's not... There's not much I can attack with it. Comes back in, but that's a blunder. Because I think he thought it was only the bishop guarding the square, but the queen is guarding it. Unless there's some crazy follow-up here. Here... He doesn't have any checks. So, let's take... Well, that was helpful. Probably will just go here to defend the bishop, because if I'm... Well, I could just move the bishop and guard the pawn here. Oh, he's also attacking this, so... Yeah, if I go here, it defends everything. He goes here. Maybe I push. Yeah, he goes there. Could push or just bring the king. Probably bring the king here so he doesn't have checks on the light squares. Let's bring the king, or do I push it? No, I don't think I like pushing it as much because it becomes pretty weak. So let's bring the king over. And just make sure take... If I take, he takes here. But then, yeah, that's fine because he's giving up the money. And if I can drop this back, that will guard the pawn and everything will look pretty well defended. But yeah, I do want to get a queen trade, I think, and play for an endgame. And this is a passed pawn. So yeah, my only concern is just the fact that the king is exposed. So I have to really be careful about my defense. I think maybe bringing the knight into this square to kind of surround the king and maybe give it some more options to move over this way could be good. Or like get in here. Is on a light square, so I could attack it. I should keep an eye on if the queen ever goes onto a light square as well. If I attack the rook here, it's getting on the light squares. Let's... Can't try to trade because the bishop's not guarded. I can go here. Is he threatening anything here? I don't think so. I mean, he's only opened himself up to this light square diagonal. Okay, let's just get the bishop a little bit safer. Oh wait, this pawn is pinned to the queen. No, it's not. Oh, it is for the rook. Yeah, so this pawn is pinned, but it's twice defended, 3 times defended here. Okay, let's just go here. And then try to get a queen trade. Oh, he's coming all the way back there. Okay, well, I wasn't looking at that. I could go here, which I wanted to go anyway, but it's not attacking. Can't go here. I could push the pawn, but then he takes this one. Okay, so let's drop our knight back. Knight goes back. This is guarded. Try to get the queen trade. I have to play quickly because I'm down to 2 minutes. Once we can trade, I think I could play a little bit quicker. Okay, this is still guarded. He has the check, but all he can do is trade with this. Oh no. Okay, no, I can't move up because then he can take the knight, so move down here. Yeah, I have to move here. We're still covering everything. Oh wait, he's able to take this pawn. Go here, he takes the knight. If I go here, he takes this pawn. And then he's double attacking this pawn again. So I don't know what I should have played then, because this ended up pretty bad here. He might be able to win both these pawns. I can go here. Yeah, I think he might be able to win both the pawns. This one's still guarded. Maybe I should have just given up the one over here. But I think he would have been able to win both of these too, because they're not really protected by anything. Okay, he goes there, so I think this, and then if he takes immediately, then I take, then he takes. Yeah, that doesn't look good, honestly. Wait, I could push the pawn, but then he could take this one. Oh, actually, let me go here, because then does that change anything? No, he can still take. I'm too low on time. I'm definitely going to miss more moves, I think. Okay, let's just try this. I think I'm going to miss, like, these positions. I'm so bad at seeing all the attacks. When there's a queen and my king is exposed, I have to avoid these kind of positions. I can't let myself get in these positions. It was all from that knight move I missed, because that's what prevented me from castling. it all came back to just that one move, which I thought I checked, but I didn't check it well enough. So take, take, take. King comes up, the rook needs to move. But then, yeah, I lose my actual pass pawn here. And then it's gonna be even material, but I think it'll be a little trickier to make it work with a rook and a bishop. Or a bishop and a knight, I mean, versus the rook. The rook is just easy to, it's so effective in an endgame, and it's easy to find the right moves a lot of times. It's a little trickier with the bishop and knight. I think I need to just attack this pawn though, like use my king, beat him to it over there, and attack this pawn with everything. Maybe get my bishop in front of the pawn. It's a good thing this bishop is protected though, because if it were undefended here and he came in like this, well, I guess it wouldn't, maybe it wouldn't matter. Because then I take and he still takes like that, and then I move it, but it's nice I don't really have to worry about the bishop. These two are just covering each other. He's taking his time. Everything is covered except he's just double attacking this. So I think it's just going to be him taking. And I guess he could take with the queen first here, and then rook comes in. I don't know if it makes much of a difference. Oh, he doesn't take it? He's pinning the knight. But he's not threatening to take or anything. I think that was not a good decision. Now I can push this and maybe make it safer. Or do I try to trade again right away? I don't know how to trade right away. Okay, let's just push this. Okay, this is still guarded. He's not threatening to win anything here. Okay, now he's double attacking that. Maybe he is still fine. Do I have anything I can do to attack? Not really. If he takes like that, he's going to take with check. So maybe pushing wasn't the move, but I kind of ran out of time. Don't have any way to try to trade the queen. Could go here, but he takes with check, so I can't threaten a back rank mate. Let's just... I have to move the queen and then block with something. Okay. Or just go over. I don't know, I ran out of time. I just had to make a move. Couldn't figure out which one, so I think I'm going to have to go up here now. Okay, yeah, if I go over, I lose the knight. Just try to go up. This pawn is guarded. Can't go here. Not in the pen anymore. Oh yeah, this is... No, it's not hanging. The knight's still covering it. Never mind. Dang, I really messed up by missing that one tactic. Okay, let's just go here. Take this yet. He does have the check now because I gave that. So we'll probably go for the check. I goes for that check. I can't go here because then the rook comes over. I have to go here. Wait, actually I might... Okay, let's go here. I might be in trouble because I think he can win the queen now. No, because I can block. Never mind. If he gives this... No, if he gives this check, yeah, no, I do... he is able to win the queen. Can't go over there. Okay, yeah, we definitely messed up a lot. It seemed like it all started from that one move, but I might have also missed some important stuff here. I'm not going to resign right now, because queen and a king, you never know if he'll miss a fork or a skewer here. So maybe I'll play a couple moves and just see if it seems like he might make an error. Check. Let's just go up. This is covered. Okay, he's pushing the pawn. Let's go. Pushes I take, he takes with check. You. Okay, let's just push our pawn, maybe. Oh wait, no. When he takes. Oh yeah, never mind. I'm gonna lose the bishop there from the fork, so I have to go here. Just keep this covered, and he doesn't have a way to double attack this. So as long as the bishop can stay on this diagonal, we can keep this blocked. And then we can try to get the knight here, push the pawn. Okay. Let's go up. Keep this guarded. Bishop is loose, so way to guard it. Oh, I can't move the knight. Yeah. Maybe I can't stay on this diagonal. Here, here. Okay, let's push here. I mean, there's no way I'm gonna be able to promote, but okay, let's not lose the knight. Actually, should I just let the knight go? Here. No, but then he'll have this check afterwards. So let's go up to not lose the knight. Because it's pinned. Oh, he does have that. Okay. Okay. I think it's all over here. Let's just do that. But then he can go there. Then I'll lose the knight. Then I'm gonna try to just go here. So we're guarding the promotion square. He doesn't have a check here, but he has a check here. Okay, let's go. I go over. Let's check. Over. I have to go over because otherwise I can't defend the pawn. If I go here, I can't move the pawn because it's still pinned. So that's kind of tricky, actually. So I have to go here. Here. Okay, let's go here first because it's threatening promotion right away. Here. I mean, he could just sack the queen and then promote. Probably would make the most sense. Just to... make sure I have no way of promoting here. Yeah, okay, so he does that. So in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and resign because I thought maybe he would mess something up, but he did not. So let's check the game review. I mean, I think it all came down to that one mistake, honestly, but there might have been another one later, or there could have been multiple later. It just got so hard to defend after that one mistake. Dang, I'm having since I have three blunders, I played really bad the past couple days. Like I normally never get 60 in the 60s for accuracy, but the past three games I got in the 60s three times in a row. So I'm having a little rough streak. Let's see. He had 71.8. I had three blunders, and he had one blunder, and he had three misses. Okay, so I see on the graph looks really bad, just very choppy. There's a blunder there. Yeah, what are my other blunders? They must have been when I was defending against his queen. Let's go through the moves from the start here. It's not a very good game for me. This was all good. I felt like we had a nice position. This was a mistake. I'm surprised that's actually like a mistake. Oh yeah, because I messed up the fork with the fork there. Yeah, that was kind of bad to miss the fork. It was pretty important, but it wasn't. I was still coming out of this with an advantage. This was a mistake. Oh yeah, that was because this was the move. This was the blunder. This actually didn't count as a blunder. I felt like this was really the blunder of the game. But it says this isn't the blunder, so that means I have three other blunders. That was a miss. He had a better move here. If it comes like this, he's not threatening anything right away. I move. Is he threatening a fork after? He's threatening check after here. But it doesn't fork any material though, right? Alright, let me see what that is. Here. If I just move here. Zero through a pin. Check. So then I need to go up. Oh, and then he has that. Oh, nice. Okay. So what if I don't? He just does check and then I go here. Oh, but then he has... No, he doesn't have that fork. So then he comes here. And it wants me to give up the queen because I guess... Oh yeah, the queen is trapped. That would be pretty clever. He didn't find that. Alright, so I guess rule of thumb is there are tactics like that I might not even be aware of. I thought I checked it, but I totally missed this one and I didn't see this whatsoever. So maybe I just should never be doing this kind of thing. I thought if I calculate it, it's fine, but I didn't. There were too many things that I wasn't calculating. Um, and especially just missing this, that was pretty bad. So this was something I just shouldn't do. Don't align the queen with a bishop like that. This. Oh, it wants me to push the pawn to threaten this right away, but he can just take it though. There, here, take. But can't he just take here first? Oh, I forgot I have my bishop. Never mind. Totally forgot this bishop existed over there. Okay. So now he has a -3 advantage for black here. That was inaccurate. It wants the knight to come out first. It says inaccurate because I can no longer castle to safety, but castling queenside just seemed crazy though. With the lack of cover over there, and then he gets this trade. Alright. He tries to take this pawn with the knight. Taking the bishop was best. Felt like we were kind of getting some chances back here, and it says it looks like that is the case on the eval. It's only -1.3. And this was a mistake. This was a blunder. Oh yeah, because he just gave up his knight for free. And so that seemed like, in fact, it didn't just seem like it, like I do have a big advantage here. But then I must have really done a terrible job of covering this. I thought, let's just bring the king over. He's double attacking this. We have two defenders. He found this move where he came back behind and attacked the pawn, and I totally missed that. So maybe that was... So many mistakes with this bishop. Every time I move it, it says it's a mistake. That brought the game back down closer to equal. And then what should I have played? I should have played this to prevent the queen from coming in there. Played the knight here. I was looking at all of these squares, and the only square I wasn't looking at was f1 here. Because it didn't seem very threatening, and I'm just like, I think sometimes I just assume that like way back here doesn't even exist, or like it's somehow guarded because I have so many pieces, but that's not true. It was completely open. And then, so that was the mistake. I'm still winning though. Oh, I should have covered it with the queen. No, but it's not covering it though. It's just looking at the knight. And then you can still take with check. So this seemed like very unintuitive to do, but I guess if he takes with check, he wants me to go down. What happens if I go up? Like, how bad is this? No, it's fine. And then he can take the other one. So yeah, I realized he was going to be able to take both pawns. So I was trying to avoid that by moving the knight back, but it turns out just giving up the pawns was actually the way to go. And then just focusing on these stronger pawns where I have a pass pawn here. But instead I tried to protect those and I got in a much worse position. And then I ended up losing my good pawn. So let's go here where I played this. Okay, game's still even. That was great. This was great. That was best. Game is still even here. I thought like I was already lost here. This was a miss. Yeah, he should have taken the pawn. It was weird that he didn't. Now I'm back to winning. And then that was inaccurate. I didn't know what to play, so that was just kind of a last second there. Wait, actually no, I did have some time here. I still had like 50 seconds, but I didn't want it to get too low. But that was really bad because it gave up this, but I'm still winning here. So this was the blunder. It wants me to push the pawn. Oh, because I can just push the pawn, I guess. Because it is defended by everything here. Push. I still have this passed pawn, and I'm a little bit protected now. It still looks scary with the queen back here, pinning the knight. Probably would have a way to try to double attack this, but I mean, it's guarded by the bishop. That's kind of the main thing. It's on a safe square with the bishop guarding, so now it's the pawn is actually pretty good. Pretty comfortable there. So, yeah, I was finding all the wrong moves here, unfortunately. Still is like, he's winning now, but it's not a huge advantage. That was a mistake. And this was a blunder because of that check. At this point, I was making these moves with just a few seconds, so it got harder to find the right moves. But then, yeah, I had to give up the queen. What should I play here? Let me see. So, I didn't realize I had this many blunders. But I should have gone king over. King over. These types of moves, especially with low time, it's so unintuitive for me. I can't even see why there's a benefit to that. Really? It seems... What was it that I played? I was bringing the queen up because I thought maybe he would check and I would get... I would just wanted to get the queen like in front of the king. I just wanted something in front of the king. I think that was the idea. Oh wait, it wanted me to just guard the pawn. No, but the pawn's guarded by the knight. So going over, the benefit of it is what happens? What if he goes here? Then I block with the knight, attacking the rook, and it wants him to go back. Dang, it really seems like it's actually pretty easy to get out of these kind of positions, but I have a lot of trouble finding the right moves in these kind of situations. When my king is exposed, I'm really awful at finding the right moves. So the game really was fine. I was even winning until here. I thought I was totally lost already here. This was the game deciding blunder. Because I go down and then he has the discovered attack, so I guess that's all it came down to, just the fact that it allowed that tactic. But yeah, the check lining up with the queen, which is undefended. What about like if I played anything else? What about like this? Oh no, never mind. That just hangs it. What if I played this? Okay, that's excellent. So I played like the one move that didn't work actually. We're still drawing here. Even if he gives check, I go down, check, block. Yeah, block. That's better. Dang. Okay. So I would have been okay. I just happened to play like I really didn't have an idea with this move. Really, I just wanted to be able to move stuff in front of the king. But I happened to just randomly kind of play the one move that didn't work. Let me try other. Let me try to test others. So this wouldn't work. I think it's the same thing because it's on the same diagonal. But if I play here, what about that? Okay, that's his mistake. So I guess there were multiple moves that didn't work. It's not as bad as it was in the other position though. He attacks these or just cuts everything off, I guess. What if I just try to escape with the king? He just doubles up on this pawn. Looks pretty scary either way. I'm just curious how many moves I could have found that would have been fine. What if I just went... Oh, he gave up the... It allowed this fork, actually. It was playing too quick to even see that. Oh no, it's a blunder because he has the check. Never mind. Yeah, I'm not seeing stuff very well today. Maybe I need to do some more puzzles. I haven't done any puzzles in probably a few days. But I think on days where I do puzzles, I definitely am a little bit better and quicker at seeing a lot of tactics and stuff. So I definitely need to just be doing them every day. Doing at least a few every day. Let's see, this doesn't work. Can't push the pawn. What if I just made a random bishop move? Did I have to find the right defensive move? Okay, yeah, so everything is a mistake except for what was the good move? This one? Let me see what it says for best. Oh yeah, I forgot. Best was bringing the king up. So either this or this. Everything else seems like it was bad. So it was a little hard to find the right, between the two moves, the right move. When my time was that low. But yeah, the game was lost right there at the end, even though I thought it was kind of lost for a while. It seemed like. And then, was there anything here? Oh, he could have forked. Or he could have checked there. It's not a fork because the knight's guarded. It didn't want him to take the bishop. It actually brought the eval a little bit better for me. Is there any way to do anything here? No, I don't think so. Yeah, it was completely lost. What if he didn't sack, though? If he didn't realize he could sack. What if he tried to go check here? Yeah, then I have to go down because I can't go in front of the pawn. So he was going to be fine eventually either way. There's no way for me to end up promoting it. Oh, well, I can promote it here and then it's same thing. He just gives that up and then promotes here. So yeah, really straightforward for him to win that. I didn't expect him to mess up, but I thought, let's just see. And we're down to 12-13. We've had a couple bad days, low accuracy, and a couple losses, so I need to do a little bit better in the next few games and maybe get up towards like 12:30, back to 12:30, 12 or 12:50. That would be good. So yeah, thanks for watching. This has been day 79, and thanks again for 200 subscribers. I'll see you guys on day 80.